the truck up on the driveway. So, be much easier to work on now. I forgot how tall this truck is. I am 6'3", and I still cannot reach the spark plugs on this thing. I could climb into it, but, you know, I'm older than I am the last time I worked on this thing. So, we have a chair. A couple things. Since it's been probably 10 years since this thing has started, I'm going to pull the plugs out, put a little bit of oil in the cylinder, crank it over by hand, check the air filter. It's plugged up with all mouse stuff. Carburetor looks good, so nothing got through the filter on it. So I got to pull that off and clean all that out. I tried to start this thing in springtime, so I got new cables for it. At that point, it didn't click or anything, so I cleaned all the connections on the bulkhead, and I got things to work, but it still wasn't clicking. So I'm wondering if the starter is bad. But while I was looking for the starter, following the wire from the relay down through the frame to the starter, right about there, right where it goes into the frame, it's all dry rotted. All the insulation is off the wire. It's all corroded. So I'm not going to do anything until I start that wire, replace that wire. So right now, all I'm going to do, I probably won't get video because I can't really get it set up right, and it's going to take so long to do it. Pull all the plugs out, put some oil in the cylinders. I'm going to pull the air cleaner out, clean all that crap out, crank the engine over, make sure it spins, and then replace the coil or the cable, and then, well, we'll get back at that point. So that's where we are, working on it. Okay, so here we are. I got the plugs out. They all came out easy. I didn't have to fight with any of them. Got some ATF in the cylinders. Put three pumps each in that old school oil gun. Figure that's more than enough. Got the air cleaner off. Not many of these cars in this era still have all the vacuum lines hooked up, and they're all in good shape. They're all nice and soft. There's none of them that are cracked or hard. It's amazing. Emptied out the air cleaner. That was all the stuff that was in it. Pretty gross. Glad I didn't start it with that in it. So now we're need a bolt in that lower crank, and we'll just see if it'll spin over. If it spins over, I'll give it a couple turns, and then I'll go and put the cable in. So, wish me luck. Well, I was gonna wait until I finish the cable, but looks like it's gonna rain, so I may not get a chance to do that. So I figured I'd jump in now. I pulled all the plugs out. Put oil in them, like I mentioned in the last part of the video. Got under there, figured out what size nut was on the crank. 1 1/4, it's huge. So anyway, put a breaker bar on there, gave her a little turn, and did take a little bit to get the first turn in, but after that she spun smoothly. All kinds of stuff are coming out of the fire bell housing, so that could be why my clutch is stuck. So, but she turns over. I cranked it, or I wrenched it over 6, 7, 8 times or so. So we're good there. So I put the plugs back in, put the wires back in, cleaned the plugs up a little bit. Just a quick example of how original this thing is. You can see the original hoses with the original spring clamps. Still got the factory PCV valve in it. All the hoses, vacuum hoses, are still there and still pliable. They're not all rock hard and cracked. I can't tell if the breather is original, but I kind of have to. Most replacements are kind of like a zinc chromate color, and that's black, so I'm guessing that's probably original too. Heater hoses, still original. Still got the original spring clamps on them, on both ends. Belts, well, I don't know. I'm assuming the cogged one has probably been replaced. That's for the plow. The other one, it's pretty old. I don't know if it's factory or not, but it's probably pretty darn close. I'm guessing this is an option that comes with the plow package. Fan shroud and 6, I think it's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blade fixed fan, not a clutch, it's a fixed fan. I'm guessing that's part of the plow package. At one point, got chained up. Motor mounts don't look bad. It could have just been just as a precaution for plowing. Other than that, plug wires have been changed. I may have done that. I don't know. I drove this to plow the driveway probably 10 years or so ago, and I had to do some work to get it running at that point. So I may have done those. I don't remember. But other than that, I was a little surprised the engine spun over, but happy. So we're going pretty good. A lot of stuff to do yet, but baby steps. We're getting there. So now I'm going to hit that cable as long as the rain holds off, and we'll see what happens. Oh, in case you guys missed it, this mechanism here, that's all for the plow, factory plow. That's the reservoir tank. There's the valves. The knobs go through the dash. And it uses, look down there, that's the pump for it. It's like it's just a regular power steering pump, but with a different housing on it, so it doesn't have the reservoir. So that's for the plow. It's got some leaks in the system. Last time I used it, there's a hose that runs through the fender to the valve that's leaking that I have to replace, and a lot of other stuff. But here we are. Gonna hit that cable now as long as the rain holds out. Well, this is the wire from the starter solenoid down to the starter. Nothing's wrong with that. Why it wasn't working. So yeah, we need to replace the trigger wire too, along with the other one. See if I can save that grommet. And see if I got any wire for that trigger wire laying around. I'm sure I do, but I'm not sure if I got the ends. So, back to work. Okay, well, luckily I had all the connections and wire. So, made a new wire harness. Could save the grommet. Again, nothing rubber is rotted on this truck. I did have to heat it up a little bit. A little heat gun action. Well, got it soft enough to slide off the old ones, slide on the new ones. But here we go. So I'm gonna put that in, and hopefully this will work.